It is a very wintry afternoon and evening across central and eastern Kentucky as snow showers and squalls create some issues. I'm focusing on that and the weekend forecast that includes another big blast of winter just ahead.
I don't believe in my heart he did that.
A mother is coming to the defense of her boyfriend who's charged with abusing both of her children.
New details about a Lexington woman who was murdered and then dismembered are coming out in court.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Good afternoon to you. The snowflakes have been flying around our area all day.
And it is just the beginning of cold and wintry weather that'll be hanging around for days and days. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey's tracking it all on the First Alert Defender. Chris?
Yeah, very cold and windy out there today, and those snow showers blinding folks at times, and then other times it was the sun kind of blinding if you were out on the roadways. That's the nature of snow showers and squalls across the bluegrass states. Still a winter weather advisory that is out for parts of eastern and southeastern Kentucky into the evening hours. That's the area we'll concentrate on for additional rounds of some snow showers, but this is beginning to diminish somewhat into parts of eastern Kentucky, where we're still getting those quick bursts of hit-and-run snows from Manchester, the east side of London, Laurel County, through Hyden into Leslie County, toward Hazard, Mountain Parkway corridor, and back to the west now. Starting to see a few snow showers and squalls building for the fine folks here into Madison County, from Richmond down toward Berea, over toward Waco, and eventually into parts of Estill County. Lexington Metro, very fine snow showers that are showing up as of right now, and by fine, I'm not just talking about they're good looking. I'm talking about the small nature of those snow showers that you really have to kind of squint and see. Here's our live sky cam looking out across Hamburg Pavilion, and that's a little wall of some snow that continues to show up with one of those very teeny snowmakers out there. 11 is the current wind chill for Lexington and Jackson. It feels like 12 into Richmond. At times it's going to feel like single digits over the next couple of hours. Actual thermometers will drop into the mid-teens by the time we roll into 11 o'clock as a few breaks begin to show up and we turn off the flakes, at least for the short term. Though, guys, focus of the forecast when I come back in about 10 minutes will be on a lot of winter weather that is on the way for the next week and change. Cold, snow, you like them both? We got them both. We'll detail it all just ahead.
Well, thank you, Chris. The snow really didn't amount to much here, but it's a different story in places to our east.
Yeah, part of Jackson County saw about an inch or so throughout the day. It caused a few problems on the roads. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell shows us the conditions in our top story at 5.
We've been tracking snow for most of the day. On again, off again snow showers. Here in Jackson County, they picked up anywhere from an inch to even an inch and a half of snow in some cases, and that was enough to cause a lot of concern for travelers out there today. With at least some light snow showers expected to kind of linger in this area, this spot is a little more susceptible to seeing the snow accumulate due to the fact of its elevation. During our travel, even down here, we noticed big differences in snow totals from, say, Berea all the way into where we are right now around the Sand Gap location, where the accumulations, as you saw, were roughly an inch to an inch and a half, and some of that's still sticking to some of those side roads.
If the roads don't dry, if it don't dry up, you know, it can freeze into ice. A lot of times it kind of freeze dry, and you won't have no problem that way. But if it freezes in ice, then it's hard for them to do any good in it.
And some of the folks that we talked to today said this winter hasn't been that bad at all. So this little type system really isn't a major inconvenience for them, but they do worry about the safety of the kids as they load up and head out to school. In Jackson County, I'm WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
There were plenty of flurries in Scott County this morning, but for the most part, roads stayed clear. County road officials say there was still plenty of salt left on the roads from earlier this week. By noon, snow today became less of a worry. They're now turning their attention to frigid conditions expected this weekend.
Up around Sadieville, the northern part of the county, I've seen 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow, when down in the southern part of the county have just a coating. And one of the first areas we'll check when we have any reports of slick conditions or snowing is we'll head to the northern part.
And of course, those road crews are also keeping an eye for snow that's in the forecast. Remember, we can help you stay on top of the weather when you are away from your TV. Just visit WKYT.com for the very latest forecast and our weather maps. Police say he abused 2 children with a cattle prod, but today the mother of those children is defending him.
Silas Powell is charged with criminal abuse in the case out of Richmond. As WKYT Sam Smith shows us, Powell's girlfriend says he did nothing wrong.
The mother of the 2 kids does not think her boyfriend, Silas Powell, did what he's accused of.
And I don't believe he would hurt my children.
Carol Powell says she's dated Silas Powell for about a year. And in that time, she says Silas has been nothing but kind to her children. But police say he abused her 12-year-old and 7-year-old kids with an electric cattle prod, a device that looks something like this and designed to make cattle move by striking them. I'm told Silas works on a cattle farm in Madison County. Police say last Friday, a school resource police officer was notified that the kids were abused. Police say they went to his home and recovered an electric prod from his vehicle. Silas was arrested yesterday. The 55-year-old was charged with criminal abuse first degree. Social workers spotted an injury on the leg of one of the kids. Carol says she never saw any bruises on her children.
I'm not going to choose between nary one of them. I love them all 3. And I don't believe in my heart he would do that.
She says the state took her kids away and she plans to go to court to get them and her boyfriend back home. In Richmond, Sam Smith, WKYT.
And as Sam was talking there, the children's mother is going to court in 2 weeks to try and get the children back.
We are learning more details about a woman's murder. Detectives revealed that new information during a hearing for Paris Charles. Police say he killed Goldie Massey last year. She was reported missing from Lexington, and parts of her body eventually washed up along the Kentucky River. WKYT's Mark Barber was in court as police talked about the case.
Detectives say they found large amounts of Goldie Massey's blood in her boyfriend's home, leading them to believe that is where she was killed. The questions about Massey's disappearance started in October after the 50-year-old was reported missing by her son. Police say when they learned her boyfriend, Paris Charles, was the last person to see her, they visited his apartment on Chatsworth Drive.
He wouldn't invite us in, however, the door of his residence was open, and in plain view to detectives, we can observe inside his apartment that the carpet had been removed.
Investigators tell us that when Charles was interviewed, he said he picked Massey up in Cynthiana and then went to a bar in Lexington. Detectives say cell phone records show that Massey's phone was with Charles's phone when it stopped operating on September 21st. The next day, investigators say that cell phone records show that Charles was near bridges that crossed the Kentucky River at the Fayette-Madison County line. Weeks later, Massey's severed arms and torso washed up on the banks of the river in Jessamine and Henry County.
Detectives discovered additional areas which contained large amounts of blood. Also, it appeared that walls and doors within the residence had been painted over and in some areas also cleaned.
Charles's attorney says he was remodeling. Detectives say they are still trying to figure out how Massey was killed, but they say evidence indicates that she died from blunt force and mechanical force injuries. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Charles's case is now headed to a grand jury. Police have arrested 3 juveniles for 2 burglaries. Those break-ins happened early yesterday morning on Bridgeport Drive and Sealy Drive in the Lakeshore area of Lexington. In both cases, police say the juveniles kicked in the victims' doors. We're told that they stole a car during the Bridgeport break-in that they used to get away after the second burglary. One is charged with burglary and theft. The others have been charged with receiving stolen property.
A judge has set a trial date for 5 people accused in a deadly home invasion. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Rowan County. State police say that Anthony Payson, Jack Abrams, Julius Kolowitz, Demario Powell, and Marcus Stewart shot and killed Bo Otis during the robbery in June. Their trial will begin on April 4th of next year. 2 Boyle County men charged in a raccoon mauling have pled not guilty. Donald Pike and Brandon McQuarrie are charged with animal cruelty for the attack at the Boyle County Fair last year. Investigators say the men were behind the incident where a raccoon was released in front of some dogs that nearly killed it. The Advocate Messenger reports the men are back in court on March 18th.
The U.S. Senate has confirmed Ashton Carter as the next U.S. Secretary of Defense. The vote allows Carter to take the place of Chuck Hagel as head of the Department of Defense. Hagel announced his resignation in November, but has stayed with the department awaiting his successor. Carter takes the helm as the U.S. considers widening its military campaign against ISIS. 3 people are millions of dollars richer today. Winning tickets for last night's massive Powerball ticket were sold in North Carolina, Texas, and Puerto Rico. They will split the $564 million jackpot. It was the third largest prize in Powerball history. The winner in Puerto Rico is also the first outside the U.S. mainland.